Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Connecting with the Divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the Divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
ரூபத்திலே மன்னவன் Nithyananda, KAILASA welcomes all of you to the second day celebration of Navaratri, which is the celebration of the 9 nights of Devi Paramashiva Shakti in her various glorious manifestations. Navaratri is the most powerful time of the year when the cosmic geometry of space-time aligns perfectly to the frequency of the divine feminine consciousness, which shows us and which allows us to experience and connect with the ultimate superconsciousness in the form of Mother. This is also the time when we celebrate the happening of the ultimate incarnation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Of Shrivari Brahmotsavam, the celebration of the happening of Sri Mahavishnu as Bhagwan Sri Venkateshwara Swami on planet Earth. Navaratri and Shrivari Brahmotsavam are being celebrated all over KAILASA, the first nation for all Hindus. Today, on the second day of Navaratri celebration, the Sri Pura Utsava Mandapam, the presiding deity of Devi Paramashiva Shakti, and the Utsava Vigraha of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, in the Maha Kailasa Utsava Mandapam are gracing us in Meenakshi Alankaram Devi Meenakshi Paramashiva Shakti, Cosmic Mother herself, is the queen of Madurai Samrajyam, who, along with Bhagwan Sundareshwara Paramashiva, established the KAILASA Shamala Peetha Sarvagnya Peetham. The presiding deity of the Vaikuntha Utsava Mandapam, Shri Venkateshwara Swami, is gracing us on the Sheshavahanam. Let us now offer our sincere devotion and worship at the feet of Devi Meenakshi Paramashiva Shakti, Shri Venkateshwara Swami, and our beloved Bhagwan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, on the second day celebration of Navaratri and the first day of Shrivari Brahmotsavam, and seek their grace and blessings.
Recording stopped.
भिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुवन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती संज्ञान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्तृ श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री छिन्नकाहलादि समस्त विरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा जया पवर्त वर्ष विश्राण दीभूत परमतरि शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज गुरु श्रवण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हाणध्वजोत्थेतनपूर्वक श्रीमद्विषापक शैवकर्तृ सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धतीर्थस्वामिनः अवतारभूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ वीर गुरु महान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरु महान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य गीता कैलास आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ गत्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म साधन प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्ग पुर स्वर्ण पीठ गुरु महान कैलासवरपरगत गुरु श्री कैलास पुनः श्री कैलासाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमत् गुरु श्री श्री भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संपन्नदेशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन्ने अत्रागत्य परिपालितास्मान् विज्ञान विदरतेन विजयी भव जय जय।
मरकटश्यामा मातंगी मदशालिनी कटाक्षयतु कल्याणी कदम्ब वनवासिनी जय मातंगतनये जय नीलोत्पलद्युते जय संगीत रसिके जय लीला सुखप्रिये। दूरसि दूर्वदूर्वन्तं दूर्वतयोऽस्मान् दूर्वदिदं दूर्वयं वयं दूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि षष्ठितमं बप्रितमं जुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममकृतमसि हविर्दानं दृगुंहस्वमाग्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षेर्मा संविक्ता माद्वाहि गुंशिषम्।
श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। श्री आनंद वेंकटेश्वर स्वामिने नमो नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ओम
उद्दीप्यस्वजातवेदो भग्निं निरतिं मम पशुगुश्चमख्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो हिगुंसेऽप्यातवेदो गामस्वं पुरुषं जगत् अभिभ्रदग्नागहि श्रिया मा परिपादय।
श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री आनंद वेंकटेश्वर स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमो नमः। दीपं संदर्शयामि।
मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्णसन्तोषसीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्योरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु मधु मधु।
श्री नित्यानंदे श्री परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री आनंद वेंकटेश्वर स्वामिने नमो नमो नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमो नमः। प्रथमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरम् आचमनं समर्पयामि।
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते श्रेयकान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनाम् श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम्। हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात्।
श्री नित्यानंदे श्री परमशिव शक्ति नमः। श्री आनंद वेंकटेश्वर स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमो नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि।
शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमिकपत्याय राजराजस्थिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदाये
शिवाय श्री नित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् श्री विद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्ये सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् रमापदाय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य मम प्राणमहेश्वर गंगाधर नामेति स्तोत्रस्थानं ददाम्यहम् हरिः ओम् तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ओम नित्यानन्दम्
स्वरूपा जो करती प्यारी देवी माँ हम जैसे चरणों को कोटि कोटि नमन मेरा माँ तेरे दर्शन से मिलते सरका देवी तू नहीं तो दी सबको शिक्षा दीक्षा देवी तू नहीं तो दी सबको शिक्षा दीक्षा योगिनी सर्वज्ञ बेटा है तेरी शक्ति से उपजा तेरी ममता की गाथा गाए जगत ये सारा तेरी भक्ति में जगत सारा नाचे जो मैं जो सत योगिनी बेगा व्यंजक करे तू भी प्यारी लगे देवी भक्तों को जो सत योगिनी भी ध्यान करे मान जपे सब तुझे मन भाए हो देवी माँ तेरी दिव्य दृष्टि नमामि पराशक्ति देख कृपया मुझे छोरी दे दे आत्मज्ञान तेरी महिमा का गुणगान करे जप करे ध्यान करे सुबह करे शाम करे रात करे सा तेरी कुंडलिनी शक्ति दरबार ले अवतार परम्पार निरेखा करे संसार ये सारा अष्टभुजा शंभु प्रिया नूर्मुखा सिंहासवारी शंकरधरा शंकुधरा त्रिशूलधर खड्ग कपालधारी योग संप्रदाय तंत्र संप्रदाय रुद्र कन्या ऋषिका स्वामिनी संप्रदाय बाल संप्रदाय शिव संप्रदाय भैरवी पर षोडशी कुल सुंदरी संप्रदाय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो बोल भगवान की जय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो जय जय बोलो रे ढोल बाजे डोली तारो बोल भगवान की जय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो जय जय बोलो रे जय 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 तारा शक्ति भगवान ढोल बाजे डोली तारो बोल भगवान की जय ढोल बाजे डोली तारो
Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva-shakti-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and blessing on this auspicious Navaratri. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. This Navaratri, I'll continue that 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. I was explaining, connecting all of you with the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. We stopped at 21. I'll start further manifestations and also answer your questions. Spend some time with you guys every day, this whole Navaratri. Oh God. The more time I sit in Samadhi, more the real work is happening. Continuously happening. I think Paramashiva keeps me in Samadhi and works through this body so powerfully. The next Paramashiva's manifestation is Ardhanarishwara Murti. You should know, Ardhanarishwara is the manifestation of Tantric enlightenment, highest enlightenment as per Tantra. Tantric tradition. Ardhanarishwara is the symbol. Listen. See, each Murta is like a manifestation of the enlightenment through one sampradaya. Shaivism has hundreds of sampradayas. So, each sampradaya worships one manifestation of Paramashiva. That sampradaya's principles, concepts, truths, powerful cognitions, all is manifested in that form of Paramashiva. All the great truths of Paramashiva, all the truths Paramashiva revealed in Tantra is manifested in this one form, Ardhanarishwara. Understand? Tantra is the most beautiful, powerful, easiest enlightenment science because there is no vidhi and nisheda in Tantra It's a pure, powerful cognition. See, in every sampradaya, we give some do's and don'ts. Whenever there is some don'ts, always you feel resisting. But in Tantra Sampradaya, there is no don'ts. Just using the powerful cognitions, your day-to-day regular activities are enough. You can achieve enlightenment. Like, you don't need to go on a particular diet. You don't need to go on a particular lifestyle. You don't need to go on particular dressing style. You don't need to make difficult decisions about your sex and bodily needs. Listen. Usually human beings Om. Sorry for the technical glitch. If you are able to see me, hear me, please wave your hands so I know that sound is proper. I'll continue the satsang. Listen. Listen carefully. If you give 100 reasons for your sexual activity, hormonal urge, bodily need, emotional satisfaction, physical warmth, feeling grounded, to forget other worries and depression, You may have 100 reasons. Each of the Hindu tradition asks you to avoid sex due to some reason. For example, if you see Vedanta, Vedanta will say whatever may be the reason, avoid it. If you go to yoga tradition, they will say avoid as a bodily urge, but other reasons are okay. So each one will say yes for some reasons, say no for some reasons. But Tantra does not say no for any reason. It only helps you to have powerful cognition and have your activity strengthen your consciousness and manifest powers. Listen, see, I'll give you the ultimate secret. Everything is right if your consciousness is more powerful than your actions. Everything is wrong if your actions can dilute your consciousness. Listen, when I say everything, I mean everything. All of you understand. If the power of your consciousness is not diluted, no actions effect, side effect touches you. Tantra is consciousness centered tradition. It is not body centered, mind centered, emotion centered. It is consciousness centered tradition. Please listen intensely. All the truths I am revealing if your consciousness is shaken, even a simple act, extremely simple act, looking at a male or female, looking at the opposite gender is wrong. If your consciousness is not shaken, nothing is wrong. There is no such thing as wrong. Tantra is all about strengthening your consciousness through every action. Tantra disciple asks, is sex wrong? Guru answers straight, one line. If the person with whom you are having relationship is higher conscious than you, it is a initiation, it's a blessing. the person with whom you are having relationship is lower than your consciousness, it is loss, not wrong, but loss. Listen. Tantra looks at the sex as only profit loss activity, not right wrong activity. Understand it. If you understand, you can experience Ardhanarishwara today. This one understanding about Tantra not only can enlighten you, can make you manifest all powers. Listen, all powers are from your sexual energy. If you feel you have too many patterns, you are too complicated about your food, your sleep, your sex, your priorities. If you feel you are complicated, Tantra is for you. How many of you put in your Facebook the relationship status? Many people put single, many people put married, many people put it is complicated. If you put complicated, Tantra is for you. Paramashiva has revealed these signs thousands of years before for all those who put in their Facebook status, relationship complicated. If you feel you are messed up, Tantra is for you. All those who put relationship status as complicated in Facebook status, do not miss Tantra. Understand it. I'll give you the revelations directly from Paramashiva. In public, in the public platform, how much can be revealed, that much I will reveal. The Mooladhara Chakra, symbolic conscious representation of the sex energy, is described with the 4 petals, lotus. 4 petal lotus. The 1 petal represents autosex, means enjoying your own body. Like even eating tasty food comes under autosex. Eating tasty food up to masturbation, whole thing falls under autosex. Enjoying your own body. The second is enjoying your own gender, same sex. Third lotus petal is enjoying the opposite gender. The 4th lotus petal is enjoying the whole cosmos, whole universe, having union with this whole universe. That's the fourth petal. Listen. Ardhanarishwara is the manifestation, represents all the four completion, fulfillment, the all four dimensions in you. When it manifests into the complete completion, you become Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara manifests in your body. I tell you, most powerful sexual energy is radiated by the kids who are taught from young age to connect with Krishna or Muruga. Understand? In Hindu tradition, if you are born from Vaishnavite family, in the young age itself, you will automatically pick up Krishna as your beloved if you are in the female body, if you are in the male body as a friend. Whether you are a male or female, you will develop some kind of an attachment, feeling connection with Krishna from the young age. Same way, if you are from Shaivite family, you will develop the connection with Muruga, Subramanya. The kids, male or female, who develop this kind of a fantasy centric, I am using the word fantasy centric, which is very low and in a way even not completely expressing what I want to express, but the English has only the fantasy word. I can say that visually having union with Krishna or Muruga, even intimate friendship, I have seen the kids growing up in a very traditional background, how they automatically assume, if you are from Vaishnavite family, automatically the kids assume that Krishna is your beloved or your friend. If you are from Shaivite family, Muruga is your beloved or friend. That is the way flowering of the first dimension of the auto sex happens. Understand? People many times ask this question: is masturbation right? Paramashiva answers this question in Tantra. In masturbation, you don't accumulate new muscle memory, but you accumulate biomemory. So, who you remember, with whom you connect, fantasize, imagine, visualize, and have enter into the masturbation act, you receive that person's biomemory. Listen carefully. The act masturbation itself is not looked from the prism of right or wrong in Tantra, it is looked at profit loss. If you connect with the higher conscious beings, even masturbation, you receive their biomemory. See, when you enter into a physical sexual act, you receive muscle memory, biomemory, bioenergy, all the three from the other person. You should know even male receive from female and female also receives from male. It is give and take. That is why if you have multiple partners, especially who are lower than your consciousness, you may have pleasure but not peace. You may have pleasure but not peace because the exchange of muscle memory, bioenergy complicates and makes the inner space mess. In masturbation act, you don't receive muscle memory, but you receive biomemory. So with whom you visualize matters. That decides whether your consciousness is going to raise to the cosmic union or the consciousness is going to go down to a more lower existence, lower level existence. See, life is all about profit loss calculation, not right wrong dictations. Listen, Tantra does not look at life as vidhi nisheda. It looks at life as profit and loss. It just tells you what can profit you and what can bring loss and leaves the decision to you. It does not implant guilt in you. That's the beauty of Tantra. Tantra absolutely avoids guilt. Vedanta and yoga uses guilt to evolve you, to train you, to give you enlightenment. But Tantra does not. Tantra does not use guilt for any purpose. It just says guilt has no relevance in the path of enlightenment. That is Tantra. I think I am in a very strong samadhi. That is why I am revealing everything without bothering about the society's reaction, especially when I talk about all these subjects. Anyhow, it is there. Let me do my job of revealing all the truths to all of you. Whoever wants, they can evolve, get enlightened, manifest power. Anup K is asking, Swamiji, is loss of bodily fluids a loss to the body? I heard it takes a lot of energy to make one drop of sexual fluid. Is it true? Anup, listen. Again here, the whole calculation is profit loss. With whom you are sharing. The person with whom you are sharing, if that person carries higher powerful cognition about life, about themselves, about you, about sexual act, if the person is consciously higher, then you don't lose anything. If the person is consciously lower, then you lose everything. Whether it is a masturbation act or sexual act, all four levels of act. See, as I said, the Tantra describes elaborately these four. Masturbation, that masturbation falls under auto sex. From food, seeing pornography, everything where the other person is not physically involved falls under masturbation, auto sex. All that falls as auto sex. The second is enjoying the same sex body. Third is sharing yourself with the other gender, opposite gender. Fourth is union with the whole cosmos. Listen. Let me talk what is legally right, politically right, socially right. I am not promoting you should do Tantra in your place. All I am trying to tell you is you should obey your country's law, your society's law, how they put. If you are, your country, your society, your community does not agree, acknowledge, you watching this video, do not watch. So let me put the disclaimer. Listen. With the disclaimer, let me reveal the great truths from Paramashiva, from KAILASA, directly from Paramashiva about Tantra. These are the truths directly from Paramashiva. He reveals in Agama and Tantric scriptures. Listen. Even in masturbation, the loss of fluid will not make you powerless if it is with a higher conscious being, person. Concetta Gelota is asking, does that mean it is okay to connect to deities while auto-sexing? Listen, you can connect to the deities who have declared that they are available. Surely Krishna has declared himself. He said very clearly, anyone who connects with me through Mathurabhava also, I am available. Those deities, those gods who have declared that they are available for you to connect through the Tantric union, you can connect with them. Surely you cannot connect with Ayyappa. Ayyappa is very clearly is declaring, I don't even want to see women. I am in yoga samadhi. The kind of a samadhi he is in, he does not want to even see women who are menstruating. So surely you can't use Ayyappa. You can connect with Krishna. So you can't connect with a god or a deity who declared that he is going to be celibate. So use that clarity and decide with which God you can connect, you can choose, you can relate. It is all about with whom you connect, whether it is a visual relationship, conscious soulmate relationship, where the other person's body is not involved. You don't see that person, you don't physically anywhere near that person. Even in masturbation, if you are connecting with somebody who is depressed and low energy, it will terribly affect your biomemory. Understand? Understand that. Be warned about it. Masturbation act itself is not wrong, but with whom you connect, that decides whether it is going to raise you consciously or make you go down consciously. See, I am looking at the sex through the angle of Paramashiva. How Paramashiva looks at it. That's the way I am looking at it. Paramashiva hardwired you for enlightenment, to achieve the ultimate. So the sexuality in you also is hardwired for enlightenment. So I am looking at that angle. That is the angle I am looking at the whole sexuality. Ardhanarishwara is the symbol of cosmic union. Paramashiva, who is the cosmos himself, is celebrating Paramashiva Shakti, who is also cosmos herself. I will give you the fundamental principles. Based on that, you come to the answers for all your questions. See, I may not be able to sit and answer all your questions for various reasons. One, it will not be politically polite, socially polite. It may not even be legally right for some of your countries. So I will give you the fundamental principles. You arrive to the answers for the questions you have. Consetta Galota is asking, what if lower conscious people remember you? You want to put me in trouble by making me answer this question? That is why I told you. I will give you the principles. You come to the answers for your questions, because the subject is very sensitive subject, and the enemies who are waiting to hurt Hinduism, enemies who are waiting to abuse Hinduism, use Tantra and Agora Sampradaya as a weak link and attack Hinduism left, right, center. So don't ask me the specific answers which can be used by the anti-Hindu forces to attack Hinduism. I'll give you the fundamental principles. You arrive, you come to the conclusion, you derive answers from these formulas for your questions. It is all about, the foundation is all about higher conscious person. See, for example, both of you are tantric couples. The tantric couples, they decide, see, you don't know who is higher conscious, who is lower conscious. But you decide, now we will keep all our old ideas away and bring the highest powerful cognition about ourselves and the opposite person and the sexual act and the life and enter into that act. That is what is called Tantric Ritual. Then that sexual act becomes a Tantric Ritual. That's the way the Tantra describes what you are supposed to feel. Decide consciously about you if you are a male. What you are supposed to cognize about you if you are a female. What you are supposed to cognize about you if you are the other genders, like a gay or any other genders. Because Tantra describes 11 genders. It is not just 3. In Tantric tradition, it is 11 genders. And the cognitions you are supposed to carry about you, the cognitions you are supposed to carry about the other person, and the cognitions you are supposed to carry about the sexual act is elaborately described. And with that, when you enter into the act, that becomes a tantric ritual. Somebody is asking the question, does Tantra have an age limit? Mahaguhambananda. Mahaguhambananda, again for this question also, how you cognize you. For example, physically you may be 90, but psychologically, mentally, emotionally, consciously you feel you are 16, then the physical age has no role. So again, for this question also, your cognition is the answer. Somebody who is physically 20, but feels so tired about life, frustrated, depressed, they feel like they are 90 or 80, it's a consciously they are frustrated, then even 20 is not the right age. So it's all about consciously how you feel. Consciously how you feel. Concetta Galota, she is writing that, I apologize and retrieve the question, Swamiji. Listen, I am not angry with you. I am only telling you, don't put me in trouble, because one, you are a sincere devotee. I have to honestly answer you. But the answer I give can unnecessarily be used as a weapon by anti-Hindu people to harass and attack and make more memes material and all that stupidity. So understand, you all need to know, Hindus do not have a right to learn Hinduism from the Hindu gurus. All of you understand this. Concetta Galota, you should know, Hindus don't have a right to teach the truths of their religion or learn. I am trying to teach my best. All the constraint put on me, socially, legally, morally, everything. So all of you should know, if I am not directly answering your question, just giving you the principle, it means you Hindus do not have a legal right to learn about Hinduism. You are in a world where Hindus are banned to learn the Hinduism. You do not have a religious right. You be very clear. You guys are slaves. You don't have a religious right to learn your religion. That's a straight truth. Understand that. So within the constraints, I am trying to teach you the truths and letting you to come to answers and conclusions from these basic principles. See, if I don't talk about Ardhanarishwara, it will be a criminal negligence because I am born from Ardhanarishwara. All of you should know the Kshetra for Ardhanarishwara is Tiruvannamalai. Tiruvannamalai is the place where Devi became Ardhanarishwara. So in Tiruvannamalai there are two traditions. One tradition says Shiva gave the off to Devi. There is another one tradition says Devi gave the off to Shiva. I don't know how many of you know. There are two traditions in Tiruvannamalai. Shiva gave the off to Devi. That is called Agama Sampradaya, Saiva Sampradaya. There is another one tradition. Devi gave the off to Shiva. That's called Gupta Sampradaya. Hidden Sampradaya, Gupta Sampradaya. Our Tiruvannamalai ashram is located in a place where Devi gave the off to Shiva. That is why the huge Shiva hill is hidden inside Devi hill. I don't know how many of you have gone to our Tiruvannamalai ashram. In our Tiruvannamalai ashram, if you see from Tiruvannamalai ashram, the Devi hill only will be seen. Shiva hill is covered inside Devi hill. Only in our ashram you can see that scene. Because Devi gave her off to Shiva in our ashram. Where our ashram is there, exactly in that same place. See, Shiva gave his off to Devi in Pavalakkundru, where I became enlightened. Devi gave her off to Shiva in Gautama ashram, where our ashram is there. That is why my Guru, Isaki Swami, told one of his disciples to build Rajeshwari temple. See, in Rajarajeshwari, Shiva merges into Devi. In Dakshinamurti, Devi merges into Shiva. It's a very powerful Gupta Sampradaya, it is called. Gupta Sampradaya. Shakti Yov is messaging, I am a proud Hindu. If you are a proud Hindu, get a diplomatic status in the country in you are living for Kailasa, where you get the freedom to listen the original truths of Hinduism from me directly without getting edited. Then declare you are a proud Hindu. Till then, you are a goat hypnotized as a lion. You are not a proud Hindu. Be very clear. You are slave Hindu, but mentally fantasizing you are a proud free Hindu. Be very clear about it. How careful I have to choose words and speak about Tantra. That shows you Hindus are slaves. You have no right for religious freedom. The religions which teaches terrorism and ask you to kill other people, they teach more freely about their religion. And here I am teaching you life positivity. Absolute life positivity. Science of enlightenment. But how careful I have to be to choose every word. Don't try to come and do ding-dong here, saying you are a proud Hindu, you are a free Hindu, you are a happy Hindu, get lost. Let me give you the principles. It's my responsibility. I'll give. Conclusions and answers you derive from that principles, because I cannot not give you the principles, because I am born from Ardhanarishwara as Ardhanarishwara, and I am living as Ardhanarishwara. So I have to reveal the Ardhanarishwara Tattva. I can't hide, I can't deny, I can't stop. It's directly from Paramashiva. So understand the whole thing. Whether it's a science and principles of autosex or the same sex or opposite sex or the cosmic union. In every level, it's all about who is higher conscious. That's all. Nothing else. When you don't get an higher conscious person available for you, the available couples deciding to enter into higher consciousness and enter into the act of sex is called tantric union, tantric sex, tantric ritual. And I tell you, even a food, if it is cooked by the higher conscious person, just eating that food, you can enter into a very high consciousness. It can raise you to the highest state of autosex. So it's all about profit loss accounts. Actually, sex has to be dealt by the accounts department, not by judiciary department. It is not supposed to be dealt by court and law. It is supposed to be dealt by accounts department, human resource development department. Then the whole attitude will become different. In Hinduism, sex is dealt by human resource development department, not by police or the judiciary. I don't know how many of you understand this. If you understand this difference, you can understand the whole Sankhya, the whole way, the whole method. The way Hinduism looks at the sex, it is classified under Human Resource Development Department, Human Resource Ministry. It is not classified under Law and Order or Law Ministry. I don't know how many of you is aware. Almost, I can say almost 99.99% no rape before the India was invaded in Hindu tradition. I'm very clear about it. I'm talking very responsibly after studying elaborately about the Hindu history. There were wars, there were murders, but no rape. Because the whole sex was dealt by Human Resource Department, and even the education, you see, only if you are taught something is wrong, you will do that wrong to take revenge. Here, sex was never dealt with the idea of right, wrong. It was dealt with the idea of profit loss. So the concept of rape was never a common ideology till the invasion happened in Hindu nations. Better let me use the word Hindu nations, because there were 56 Hindu nations. Till these nations, Hindu nations, are invaded, there was no concept of rape. It was extremely rare. Extremely rare. That is why I am saying that 99.999% no rape. Because it was always about profit and loss. A person whose consciousness is evolved strongly, even in the first petal of the lotus, the auto sex, even in that preliminary level, if his consciousness is highly evolved, he will not enter into rape. He will not enter into rape. He will not even be able to conceive the idea of rape. Because in rape, it is not that you are torturing the other body. You are torturing your own body. Rape is always double-edged sword. Don't you understand? It's a double-edged sword. Why will you commit suicide? After studying thoroughly about the Hindu history, the 56th Hindu nations, before the invasion, not only was flourishing in the happiness quotient, even the GDP of the world, more than 1/4, more than 25%, up to 33%, Hindu nations were responsible before the invasion. I want all of you to know, not only richest country, more than 33% of the world GDP was from the Hindu nations before the invasion. One of the fundamental reason was people were fulfilled in their sexual life. Their sexual life was absolutely fulfilled. That was one of the reasons for their flourishing, their life positive attitude. Listen, if you start looking at the life, if you start looking at sex with the attitude of profit loss instead of right wrong, 90% of your complications will be cleared. Your life will be aligned for enlightenment. Chaya Bharadwaj is writing, even Ravana abducted Sita but never violated her as she did not consent. Please understand, abducting is allowed in Rakshasa's lifestyle, Asura lifestyle, but violating is not allowed. You can abduct and try to convince, work on convincing, but violating is not allowed as per even the Asuras, Rakshasas law of life. But in the human level, even abducting is not allowed. And one more reason, Ravana also had a curse on him that if he touches any woman without consent, his head will burst, he will die. And above all, he has his own, the Asuri Dharma. Listen, the jurisprudence for Vanaras is different. Jurisprudence for Nara, human beings, were different. Jurisprudence for Rakshasas are different. You should know very clearly. All the three jurisprudence is very clearly explained in Ramayana. See, Vali took the Sugriva's wife and had a physical relationship is right as per the Vanara's jurisprudence. If Vali taking Sugriva's wife is wrong, then what about after Vali's death, the Sugriva living with Vali's wife? Answer. So, Vanara's jurisprudence is different. That is why Rama says, ultimately, he tells Vali, yes, whatever is said and done, you being killed was wrong. So, Rama gives the boon, Vali to come back in Krishna Avatara and kill Rama in the form of Krishna. So, the karma is completed. So, Vali, Vanara, as per their jurisprudence, they can kidnap and even have life. It is, the might is right. That is the Vanara's jurisprudence. But in the Rakshasa's jurisprudence, kidnapping, abducting is allowed, violating is not allowed. You can ask why then Rama killed Ravana. In human jurisprudence, even abducting is not allowed. So what Rama did is right. Ravana lived his jurisprudence. Rama lived his jurisprudence. So even killing Vali, Rama cannot give the reason of he took away the Sugriva's wife. He can only give the reason that Sugriva asked for refugee. Sugriva surrendered to Rama as a Kshatriya, he has to protect the people who surrendered to them. From that angle, he killed Vali, can be justified. Otherwise, killing Vali for the sake of Vali stole Sugriva's wife was not as per the, it is not right as per the Vanara's jurisprudence. Anyhow, let me come back to the subject. It's a too vast subject and too many things need to be answered. So let us stop looking at the sex from the angle of jurisprudence. Start looking at the sex from the angle of human resource enriching, human resource development. How it can contribute to evolve human being with life, love, laughter, joy. How it can enrich human beings, entrain human beings, enlighten human beings. That's the angle from which Paramashiva deals sex. And the Ardhanarishwara represents that angle, that truth. Ardhanarishwara represents the cosmic union, the ultimate cosmic union of Paramashiva Shakti and Paramashiva becoming one. Becoming one. Every question you guys are asking, Mahaguhambananda is saying, please make a separate webinar on this, Swami. Mahaguhambananda, even if I make a webinar in public platform, I cannot speak more than this. Whatever I can speak, I'll speak now itself. I'll share now itself. Lalatakshananda is saying, don't think I was really into this topic before, but now this satsang is making more interested in wanting to read the scriptures on Tantra. You can start reading. There are 64 Tantras, very beautifully presented by Paramashiva. And you can start with Guru Gita. And after Guru Gita, you can read Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, and there are so many other tantric scriptures. I can give the list also. What all is the best to read? Sonali Gupta is asking, what has the higher impact on our biomemory? Is it the actual sexual act or the fantasy? Thinking of it. Sonali, again listen. In the actual act, you receive muscle memory, bioenergy. In the fantasy, you receive biomemory alone. So, it depends on with whom you are having. If you are having with a low conscious person, thinking makes very less impact. Actual act makes too much of bad impact. If you are connecting with a higher conscious person, thinking makes less good for you. Actual act makes more good. So apply these principles and start understanding and internalizing. That is the answer. That is the answer. For example, with Krishna, thinking is less beneficiary. If the possibility of Krishna Loka, Goloka opens for you and you reach, you experience physically, or he comes down and gives you the physical experience, then naturally it leads to absolute Ardhanarishwara manifestation in you. So it's all about with whom. With whom? Sri Kailasananda is asking, Swamiji, what about the dream state? Like some beings coming in the dreams about which normal human beings have no control. No. Kailasananda, you have absolute control over your dreams. Whether wet dream or nightmare, when it reaches certain level, you will see very clearly you are dreaming. Whether wet dream or nightmare, you have a control over it. You can't say, you can't disown the responsibility for your dreams. No. I don't agree with that. So Kailasananda, you should know very clearly, many times, even in the wet dream, you suddenly know that you are dreaming and you wake up. Or in the nightmare, you suddenly know you are dreaming and you wake up. After waking up, you feel good or bad. For waking up is different. But wet dream or nightmare, you can't disown the responsibility. I think too many questions on this subject. It's like I opened the Pandora box. I don't think I can answer all your questions now. I'll answer few questions which I can speak in a very polished language, revealing only the principles without getting into the straight yes-no. The straight yes-nos can be attacked with moral, social, political, legal angles. So I'm not going to take a stand of yes, no. I will only present the principles and let you come to the conclusions for your questions. I think it is already late also. Maybe I will continue. I have not yet completed about the Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara's the principle that how Bringi is next to Nandi in Kailasa. All of you should know, whenever Paramashiva dances, two persons always documented by all is Nandi and Bringi standing or dancing next to Paramashiva playing the musical instruments. Even in Tiruvannamalai, Nandi and Bringi are like a must for Mahadeva to dance. Whether Chidambaram or in Tiruvannamalai or anywhere, Nandi and Bringi is must. So this manifestation is done specifically for the sake of Bringi Maharshi. I'll explain about the Bringi and there are a lot of funny questions appearing everywhere in all social media platforms, which I am not going to answer. And maybe today, whatever I have spoken, meditate on this. I'll come back again tomorrow's satsang. I'll explain about the Ardhanarishwara more and answer more about the principle Ardhanarishwara represents, the powerful cognitions Ardhanarishwara represents. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaitam, Paramatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, super consciousness and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. When I see you, it's like a feast in a zoo. Emotions unleashed, I don't know what to do. Only desire is to be with you. Melt in your space, feeling all woo-hoo. Enlightenment is said to be the ultimate, but honestly, I'd rather be a break in your state until your sweetness brings me back to a state where my heart doesn't rush like a fool on a blind date. You swallow my whole life and dispelled all the clouds, like a thunder swallowing all the sounds of the crowds, like a tsunami eating away the waves of the ocean. You're the power that awakens me to devotion. Suddenly I see you, tall in the hall. Suddenly I hear you, the melody of your call. That's when I close my eyes and talk to you. Piece of my head, I'm singing this song that goes like Jai Jai Shiva Shankara Hara 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 Bholenatha Jai Jai Shiva Shankara Nithyananda Paramashiva Jai Jai Shiva Shankara Hara 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 Bholenatha Jai Jai Shiva Shankara Nithyananda Paramashiva.
Nithyanandam, Jnanapatati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam
केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Let's go through the disclaimer. The security measures, important cautions, please be aware of the important cautions. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The Pramanas, the Shastra Pramana, the authentic scriptures, Shrutis, Vedagama, stand as a foundation for Hinduism. Apta Pramana, the authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation, experience of millions of Siddhas, Rishis and enlightened masters who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva within terms of Shastra Pramana. Atma Pramana. With Atma Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truth claimed by the Shastras. Shakshi Pramana, manifestation and experience of the guru's initiation in a disciple of a particular lineage which is demonstrable to the world. And Pratyaksha Pramana, having the truth validated by the scientific study. All these great Pramanas, the evidences, the cosmic truth, gives us the cognitive shift from our deeper understanding to the cognition how Paramashiva has manifested in each one of us as the ultimate reality. The cognition to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. For the power of body scanning, the scriptural reference is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, consciousness. Bhairava, one who experienced the consciousness beyond the mind. Tantras, how Bhagavan has beautifully explained to us all the tantras that we can learn to raise into the higher consciousness of merging into oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting the ultimate reality into our physical experiences as ultimate reality. For the power of body scanning is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54, Dharana 31.
How it's a fact and a pattern. A fact and a pattern. And we'll go to the Shastra Pramana now.
स्वदेहे जगतो वापि सूक्ष्मतराणि च तत्त्वानि यानि निलयं ध्यात्वान्ते व्यज्यते परा.
Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitute principle of your whole body, Swadeha, or the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause, Paramashiva. By experiencing of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universe, divine power, Para Devi, is revealed and the supreme power manifestation happens. How Bhagavan said that how the four petals represent that how we experience ourselves. The first, how we love the food, we experience and enjoy ourselves, like example, the food. And how we experience our own gender, how we experience the other gender, and how we experience the cosmos. When we are complete with the whole thing, when we understand in the completion of everything that we exist in consciousness as the existential reality, the universe simultaneously consists of the essential reality. The whole thing completely absorbs us into the most authentic space, and that is Paramashiva. That experience of restful awareness, that merging into oneness from Paramashiva or Parashakti into the one Ardhanarishwara, all the thoughts just complete and ultimate divine power, Paradevi, the Shakti, starts manifesting in each one of us as manifestation of powers. How we exist as only in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Beautifully, when Arjuna asks Krishna, who is like a most devoted person to you, once he takes him, Arjuna, to a kingdom where the king, queen, and a son is there. And they receive both of them and serve them absolutely fine. And after that, suddenly out of the blue, Krishna says to the king that, will you cut your son into half, the right side, will you give it to me? But I have conditions. The mother should hold the son and the son should not cry. The king did not bother to even think twice. He just walked to find his sword and come back. The mother put the child in her lap and started to hold him. And the child was very relaxed. None of them had any change in them. Arjuna could not believe that Krishna is asking. Then more he is surprised of the way they are acting, that nothing has actually happened. And the king comes with a sword. And just he was about to cut the child, but the whole thing, the child's eye started watering, the left eye started watering. So Krishna said, stop. I told very clearly the child should not cry. Why is he crying? So beautifully the child gets up and says, I understand what Krishna, I want to offer everything, but my left side started feeling that what mistake did I do? for the left side not to be offered at your lotus feet. The deep surrender that the whole family had, and the child was in only the oneness space in everything that he did. Everything he said, he did only as Krishna Arpanam. Everything only from the context of Krishna. I am offering, or I am tasting, or I am eating, or I am living. So I was wondering why my left half did not do that, is my question. Krishna wanted Arjuna to see the amount of just dedication, how they lived and experienced Krishna. The whole science is how in each and everything, whatever we are doing, from the context, what context we are working in, that adds to us or it just puts us into deep delusion and the accounts goes lower and lower. From what context you are eating, what context you are doing anything, where is your attention, where are you holding that highest cognition in you, in all your action, in words and thought, matter your reality, really manifest your reality. If everything is from the space of Parandama, Paramashiva, Parashakti, the whole thing, that how you will be merged into that ultimate space, and that very space of Parandama, Paramashiva can manifest in you as your own reality, who you are in the parallel universe, and reflecting that into your physical reality will be the ultimate reality that you can experience. Bhagavan is making us experience these higher cognitions to make us understand the possibility of human being living as a higher being, understanding the accounts and living these higher consciousness of merging into oneness with Paramashiva. We will be manifesting Paramashiva state, space, powers and beings of Paramashiva as our physical reality. All these deeper truth is what Bhagavan calls us as how we can experience the whole science. And this was one of the experience of the Britishers, the Mariamman temple. All these are really recorded and clearly said how the Britishers were questioning the Samayapura Mariamman temple once and did not believe that she was walking around the village with a pot of fire every night, and they used to hear her anklets. And he went and opened the door of the sanctum in the night, and to the great surprise that he lost his eyes because it was so bright, he could not see and he lost. Then he completed with Mariamman and said what he was thinking is absolutely wrong and surrendered himself, and simply he was blessed with the eyes back. These are not some mythology. Many of them experience these great truths as the reality. All the Shaktis and Paramashiva is physically available for us to experience the deeper truth. Here Bhagavan is beautifully giving us a documentary on how the mummification happens versus how deification happens, how we are taught to live as the highest order and merge into Paramashiva.
Foundation, such as the Rockefeller Foundation or the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. For most, this quest for immortality is expressed via biology, the instinct to pass on our genes through our children long after our body dies. Various ancient cultures have searched for immortality in different ways. One of the most well-known quests was deep in the massive pyramids of Egypt by the kings and the queens of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs. The civilization explored the science of preserving their bodies through mummification and created large pyramids as mausoleums to their greatness. Mummification involved embalming the bodies and packing them with sawdust and rags, sealing the open cuts with wax, and then wrapping them with linen bandages. The ancient Egyptians' art of mummification was not with the mere aim to preserve their bodies, but an attempt to achieve immortality itself. Mummification was, however, a primitive level understanding of this science of immortalization.
The modern scientific quest for eternal existence is unraveling as being able to live in a computer simulation and link your mind to millions of others, achieving unlimited intelligence. An international collaboration led by researchers at UC Berkeley and the US Institute of Molecular Manufacturing has published an analysis predicting that nanotechnology breakthroughs are inevitably leading us to develop a human brain cloud interface. It is Sanatana Hindu Dharma which gave the most precise way of immortalization in the profound science of deification, the science of Divya Sharira.
Amritasya Putra, you are sons of immortality. You are, by your very nature, immortal. There is no need to achieve it. There is no need to achieve it.
The immortals, Chiranjeevis, mentioned in Sanatana Hinduism are Prahlada, Markandeya, Hanuman, Ashwatthama. Immortalization by deifying is the most evolved science of immortality. When we seek immortality, we seek to live forever in our highest experiences. Our highest existence is not the body, not the mind, not our riches, our name and fame, not even just our genes and our children. We are beings, and our highest experience is one of merging with and being established in the deep connection to consciousness, to Paramashivoham. Deifying creates an eternal identity, Divya Sharira, which dwells in this highest, most ecstatic state of existence, which we glimpse in embodied states as Bhava Samadhi.
Understand, all the tapas, all the purification methods in Hindu tradition is to raise you to the higher vertical time zones. That's all. There are 11 sampradayas in Hindu tradition. 11 sampradayas. Krama Brahmachari Brahmacharini, Naishtika Brahmachari Brahmacharini, Swami Swamini, Sannyasi Sannyasini. Understand, Swami and Sannyasi are different. Sannyas is initiation given. Swami is somebody who has mastered the sannyas and become a complete in their sannyashood. Means they become completely flowered in their sannyas and became a Swami, Tambiran, who has become God for them, their own self, who has mastered the initiation of sannyas successfully is Swami. Sannyasi, Sannyasinis, Swami, Swaminis, Sadhvi, Sadhvinis, Sadhu, Sadhvis, Sadhu and Sadhvis, and Vanaprastha and Vanaprasthis, Rishi and Rishikas, and Rudra and Rudraganyas, Bhairava and Bhairavi, Yogi and Yoginis. Like this, there are 11 sampradayas in Hindu tradition. Siddha, they are called Adhyashramis. Avaduta, Siddha, Adhyashramis. All of them are one sampradaya, means who don't belong to any of the sampradayas, who are absolutely free, like a Paramahamsas. Paramahamsis. They are one sampradaya. So listen, all these 11 sampradayas, and their practices are for this one purpose: raising yourself to the higher and higher vertical time zones from
Such a beautiful. So beautiful, Bhagavan explained about the deification. Here we have the testimonial of a devotee, and beautifully how he experienced going beyond just dropping his specs, and how powerful he became after the initiation from the Guru.
Vision on that very same moment, within a couple of not even seconds, I should say, walking down the stage after the darshan, I regained my vision. It's ever since then. It's been 3 years. I don't even wear any glasses. I'm able to do my normal lifestyle, driving the car, studying, do whatever I need to do in my normal life, the very normal way.
It is so beautiful that people walk out of everything when we understand how this deeper science, how it manifests. Bhagavan has healed millions and continuing to heal millions of them from all kinds of things, mental, physical, all the possibilities into higher and higher consciousness. Here is a scientific study on that.
Nithya's spiritual healing has been baffling the medical world, healing people from migraine to cancer. He has personally touched and healed thousands of people all over the world. Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Research has been done on the brainwave patterns, heart rate variability, and skin conductance level tests when Nithyananda was healing. The heart rate variability analysis is a useful tool to explore energetic transactions between two subjects. As shown in the graph, shifts in the power spectra signal were recorded in the receiving volunteer during healing by Swamiji, and also when Swamiji was sending healing energy into.
Beautifully it is said what happens actually in the healing. During the process of healing, all your cells are regenerating. There's billions of instruction in your DNA which is conducting all the cell regeneration happening. But constantly we are so busy copying all the instruction into the next cell that is getting produced. The mind copies all the data into the new cell, again aging you and the telomere losing and everything starts happening. But here during the spiritual healing, simply because we are in the higher frequency, the atoms and molecules which are vibrating in the higher frequency does not copy all the old patterns. Whether it is cancer or it is just a headache, it does not copy it. And simply when the new cells are formed without the old data, the regeneration is really happening without the destruction of the body. And when that happens, simply you can stay as 16 and live as eternal. All this is a science that is there in Hinduism that Bhagavan is bringing to us through the spiritual healing and making us understand that we can live immortal, that we can experience as our ultimate reality. Today for our power manifestation, a simple exercise that Bhagavan has given us to manifest how we can go beyond wearing the specs, that we'll drop the specs just by the entanglement with Bhagavan. Bhagavan's initiation in us simply will manifest as the physical reality. For that, what we are going to do, first we are going to select the people who we are going to send healing. If you want healing, you can also connect to a partner and you can have the healing and they can heal you, or you can heal them. Even when you are healing, the same effect is happening in your body also. That is why healing is a very powerful way that simply manifests more and more auspiciousness and abundance in you by moving all the incompletion out and making you more pure, the unclutching space created in you. And because of the initiation that you start experiencing in physical reality. It is said that how the monks have to do tapas in ice cold to get all these higher states of consciousness. Here, because of the avatars present, Paramashiva, who has come as our very own Guru, we don't have to do all the tapas. Simply entangling with Paramashiva, we can experience the quantum entanglement and manifest the powers for because of the initiation of the Guru can manifest in us. It's like you connect to a supercomputer through a passcode and the supercomputer can download whatever you want and start working in a very super speed. Same way, the whole science is when you connect with Mahavakya, you can connect to Paramashiva, your own Guru, who is the very core of you, and you start manifesting all the possibilities that he has demonstrated, manifested in this physical reality, in your physical reality. So now you write the names of people who you want to heal and then put away everything. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Hold the powerful space of unclutching, complete completion. How when you wake up from your dream, all kinds of dream, when you wake up, you know that is not real. Now wake up from this reality that you are perceiving into Paramashiva. Sit as Paramashiva, like how Bhagavan said, merge into Paramashiva, disappear into Paramashiva or Parandama, Parashakti. How you want to recognize yourself and merge into the ultimate reality, dropping your identity and letting Paramashiva manifest through you. And continuously chant the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya sound is clearly now said how it raises your frequency of the very atom and molecule, and more in the deep listening when the frequencies get raised, you start experiencing yourself more than matter as the wave itself, as quantum possibility. And because of the initiation of the Guru, you can experience that and map it to your physical reality. That is power manifestation. And intensely start chanting the Mahavakya, and in the deep gratitude and oneness, you will start experiencing the deeper and deeper reality. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya. At the end, we'll verify with our partner who you are healing, how they are experiencing the reality, and share with the world. Right now, sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Hold the powerful space of deep gratitude, deep oneness, just remembering all the words that Bhagavan, powerful cognition that he just had given, and the darshan and the diksha, all that, just hold that in your inner space and dissolve and disappear in it. And whatever you experience from that, you can heal to the other person, like how Bhagavan said. Anybody we visualize, that becomes our biomemory. Like you want to connect. It is also said how the even double slit experiment is changing when a meditator is put at that point and he's asked to observe through his mind. So in your mind also, if you hold that person who you want to heal and continuously chant the Mahavakya, connecting to Paramashiva, in quantum entanglement, simply what needs to be delivered to that person will get delivered and the eyes will be healed. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour
Let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. Whatever Paramashiva has shown, your powerful cognition, your experiences, and power manifestation, please verify with your partner how they are experiencing with their energy in their eyes and how they are able to drop the specs and read. If they are able to do, please go ahead, ask them to record and share the testimonial. The most beautiful thing is enriching and causing, celebrating Paramashiva's space. Constantly you living and celebrating is the very reason why we came here to planet Earth and manifest Paramashiva continuously, celebrate Paramashiva and share with the world. Please go ahead and share all this great truth in the Facebook and social media platforms. You can share in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation with the hashtag Paramashivoham, Shakshi Pramana, hashtag KAILASA, hashtag Nithyananda. Thank you so much for all this great truth, surrendering to Paramashiva. Now let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet for the great truths that he's showering on each one of us every single day. And thank you so much for participating in the power manifestation session. The Charya Pada, every day following the Guru Vak to manifest the powers of Paramashiva, makes us wire and fire to the higher being who we are on planet Earth, living as gods and goddesses. So with that, we have come to the end of the session. Now, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Let's sit straight with head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Hold the powerful space. Paramashiva is real in my thought, word and action. seeing everything, everyone as Paramashiva as my reality. With that, let's chant the Purna Mantra to end the session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Savam Sat Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much, and be tuned, stay tuned. We have more and more Navaratri festivals and blessings from Paramashiva. Thank you, Nithyanandam.